everyone, I'm Hugo, aka Odin's Left Bicep, and welcome to Lay of the Land. In this episode, we are talking about MOBAs today and updates on Fight Pitt 4, Steel City LAN, and the GXL.
Wow, that was a pretty impressive intro.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Thank you.
It only
That was
took
better
him
than the
like,
last one.
Yeah, I was just saying, it only took him like 50 tries to get that. So
That was one try. That was his first try.
That was pretty impressive.
That was just first try.
Today on Lay of the Land, we have a full team here, which is pretty awesome. Because that's the first one we had 3 people, and 4 people was way cooler than 3 people, honestly. So on the cast today is the head honcho, Nick Saberwolf Perenni, our community manager, Hugo Stiggs, which did that awesome interruption. The giant face at the bottom of the screen, that would be the Pittco secretary. Wow, I couldn't even think of your fucking title. I almost said treasurer.
They don't let me handle
Jeff,
money.
The GA Effect Adams, and we have Melon Bread. I don't know if Melon Bread wants to introduce herself, but she can if she likes.
Wait, I think you should try to sound her name out the way you know.
Yeah, I think you should try.
I think you should do it first.
All right, so it's Sarah Melon Bread Rowan Gardner.
Right.
Garden Hoser.
Exactly. Perfect.
Is that it? Is it Garden
Perfect.
Hoser?
Yeah.
Wormengarten.
Garden hoser.
Wormengarten?
It's actually Wiener Garden.
Wiener Garden.
Yeah.
Wiener Garden. Okay.
Stop!
Oh my god!
That was so rude.
Wiener
That was so
Garden.
rude.
All right,
That's
so
an apology. You
Sarah
apologize.
Melon Bread Wiener
Yeah.
Garden.
Apologize.
Apologize. You just called her practically like a dirty name. Wiener Garden? It's fucked up,
what
dude.
What would take place in a Wiener Garden? I think we're straying from the point of this
So
anyway, in today's episode,
yeah. So in today's episode, guys, we're gonna rehash some updated information about the big LANs that we have coming up here in Pittsburgh in the next week and a half, 2 weeks. We have a big LAN announcement for you, and we're gonna talk about everybody's favorite style of game, MOBAs.
MOBAs.
Yeah, I know everybody's excited to hear about that. So actually, we're going to jump right into it. We always like to start it off with a sweet gaming topic. So we put together a statistical graph here for you. What we'll call MOBA players by the numbers. It's something actually really interesting. I acquired some of this data today from different sources, Forbes.com, directly from S2 Games, and the Steam charts. So these are the numbers. If you're actually going to compare total MOBA players, which is just astronomical whenever you think about it. And I think one of the biggest interesting things about these games is that they're only on PC. I don't think there's a console game out there that can pull these kind of numbers. I think there's a lot of console games out there that wish they pulled these kind of numbers, but none of them that actually do. But my topic of conversation, my question to the panel here actually doesn't have to do specifically with the numbers that you see in front of you. It's more or less a question in regards to, if you were an up-and-coming game company, would it make sense for you to try to jump into this MOBA market? So let's see I guess we can start with Sarah, see if she has any thoughts on this.
So, I mean, I'm obviously no expert in making games, and I don't have any clue on what goes into it. I would assume yes. I'm kind of the kind of person who thinks I don't think any MOBAs completely nailed it yet, and a lot of them are too solidified right now to change their gameplay style to kind of be the be-all, end-all. So I say, why not? I personally like more creativity and more things in the marketplace. Yes, it's going to be harder to get in there, but if you really make the coolest game of the century, who cares?
Yeah, I guess. It's really interesting that you say, yes, because I honestly didn't think from you that I was going to get that response. And I think whenever I look at it, I think of games, beyond it. We'll take another look at take another look at the chart here. But beyond those games, if you just peruse the internet to find out how many MOBAs are out there, there's a shit ton. I mean, there's a shit ton. None that are even close to the 3 that you see in front of you, with the exception of Smite. And I would have loved to put Smite on this graph, but I couldn't actually get numbers from anywhere. Thanks, Crow.
Hey, I've tried the Reddit, I've tried messaging them, I've tried all the contacts. None of them got back to me. They're probably obviously really busy, So there was just nothing I can do. So
all right. Well, besides that, so I want to touch base on a couple other ones that you're not going to see featured here because their player base doesn't come anywhere close to what we see in front of us. And these are games that you guys have probably heard of. You might have even played. But they're trying to make their dent in the marketplace, and for the most part, are very unsuccessful. So, like, the first game I can point out is Infinite Crisis. You know, so Infinite Crisis was basically DC's LOL is essentially what it is. It's DC's LOL's version of Dominion. But the player base, yeah, it might be a fun game, and it's slightly unique, but it's LOL Dominion with DC superheroes. Then after that, we have Bloodline Champions, which has been around forever. It's straight up PvP, a little bit different in that sense, but it's never had the following that any of these other games have. Dawngate. Dawngate was a game I think that was backed by EA. That was made by this company called Waystone Games. It's basically another LOL. Scroll down through this list here. What do we have here? Smite, Strife. Strife's another one. So Strife is basically S2's version of LOL. And then you have some different ones like Soldier Front 2, which is a first-person shooter MOBA, or Super Monday Night Combat. But what I'm trying to say, or like trying to point out here, is none of those games, any of those games on those lists, some of them are in beta, some of them are out of beta, some of them have been around for a while. They don't come close to the big three that I have on the board here. So as a video game manufacturer, publisher, developer, I think I would absolutely no way ever come near trying to make one of these games. I just think it would be a lost cause.
See, that makes sense to me, but sorry to interrupt.
No,
it makes sense to me completely from the standpoint of how much money do I want to make, not to do it. But from my standpoint, I kind of feel like there are a shit ton of like first-person shooters out there, right? But there are some that are really mechanically different and really interesting to play and really fun for different reasons. So I don't feel like the reason of only 3 games have been successful is a reason to stop you from making a game. And I feel like, personally, I don't know about you guys, when I first started playing LoL, I had never played Dota, so there was this huge barrier to entry. And the players are so toxic. And so if someone could make a formula where it's fun to play right off the bat, and your friends aren't screaming at you, and, you know, the pro scene is also really interesting and kind of engaging to participate in, I would totally go for that. So from the gamer side, I really want more people to make them. From the seller side, kind of like from the publishers and the developers, I can see why they wouldn't want to get into that. There's a lot of work, and you're not sure if it's going to, you know, do well. I mean,
the risk and reward, though, is unbelievable. I mean, you sit there and you look at that slide, you know, on a daily basis, 27 million people play League of Legends. That's incredible. Now, I mean, this is from Battlefield 4's website. An average during their peak time is 197,000 for Battlefield 4. That's PC, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 4.
And that's one of the biggest first-person shooters on the market right now.
Exactly. Call of Duty, if you take all of the Call of Duties combined, they average over 500,000. That's daily. Black Ops. Black Ops 2 to Call of Duty Ghosts daily. They average around 500,000, and that's from Call of Duty server info. So I mean, you look at the risk and reward. I mean, how many first-person shooters are out there? Yeah, absolutely. But you have one game that's beating both of the top first-person shooters combined.
Yeah. Actually, you could even say that for the top 2 MOBA games. If you look at the numbers for Dota 2 or LoL, you combine them, their peak numbers don't hit Dota 2, which is crazy. Yeah.
That's
absolutely
incredible.
Crazy.
That's why I'm really hoping Smite does work its way up the charts because they just had the release out just recently, and they had the Smite open release tournament, and just the amount of people that were watching it was ridiculous. And I think one of the best things about MOBAs too is also, I could say, is watching it on Twitch, just the tournaments or anything, just like it's just ridiculous. The sportscasters, like, they play it off like it's modern day football. It's our new era of like football and soccer. Just watching these on Twitch.tv, it's just phenomenal.
I mean, on that note, I mean, you can look at the international. What is it going to be? The international 3, international 4. I don't even know what it is now. But the tickets that they put out for sale for the arena in Seattle, they sold out in an hour. For a Dota 2 tournament, they sold out in less than an hour. It was like 30,000 tickets. They sold out in less than an hour for a Dota 2 tournament over a weekend. I mean, it's absurd. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just look at it, and I made this comparison even before we got on the podcast. I think if you were trying to create one of these games, it would be like a beverage manufacturer trying to create the next great cola. Whenever you already have, Coke, Pepsi, RC Cola, these different companies in the marketplace that already just trounce everything else.
Surge.
Yeah, Surge. But Surge was a Coke product. What I'm saying is, that would be like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't think I could, as a company, invest money into something that I ultimately would fail. The MOBA concept from a holistic standpoint is not different. Like, all these games are the same. They all have the same commonality. Yeah, they have different intricacies here and there. Smite is probably the best example of that. Like, because every other one of these games is a top-down view, and Smite's from a third-person standpoint. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, all the games are the same. It's just like, I think if you, as a company, you're trying to reinvent the wheel. Obviously, we know the concept of the game works, and obviously, we know that they can be popular. But as a company, would I invest time to try to make something that was that drastically different that would potentially not succeed? So, I don't know. I don't know. I would say not a good investment, not a good idea. Crow?
I don't know. I think maybe it might be a very good investment for different types of MOBAs coming out there because I mean, like you said on the chart here, 27 million are playing League of Legends. Okay, what if a lot of people actually want to try out other MOBAs, like different styles? They might find something else they might like. Like, for example, when Smite came out, a lot of League of Legends players switched to Smite, and a lot of my friends that once were League of Legends players switched to Smite, and they loved it immediately. And but Smite has like grown and changed completely every month of the month since like I believe 2012. That's whenever I started playing it. No, sorry, 2011. The game has just changed completely and looks completely different now. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Just
All
have
right,
to
so
go with that.
that's a yes from the Stigs. I'll take it from there. What about you, Jeff?
I mean, when you're just the simple numbers, the risk and reward, I would say it's definitely worth it. I mean, you're looking at the number 3. Han, the number 3, 500K per day is beating the number 1 first-person shooter, and Han doesn't play anything on the consoles. There's no numbers drawn there.
That's what I say. None of these.
So
none of these games are consoles.
you're pulling 250 to 300K on Call of Duty across all platforms, but you're pulling 500K just on PC in one game. If the money's to be made, and there's obviously money to be made, it's always worth it. So I think that's how the game developers would look at it.
I think they should take MOBAs and kind of do like Xbox, PlayStation. They should do it to those consoles because like if Diablo can do it, why can't like Smite or LoL or Dota 2 or anything like that?
Because
it might be like
Duty.
because of Call of Duty.
Because of Call of Duty.
I mean,
I don't know. I think the implementation would be really difficult. I mean, that's a totally different topic for another day, but I think it would be just incredibly difficult to implement something like that.
I think it'd be really interesting if they did switch it to a different console or something.
Can you imagine the numbers if
Oh
they
my
were
God,
to move
yes.
to console?
Oh yeah, I mean it would be astronomical.
Sales.
Unbelievable.
Well, I think Sarah's the only one that hasn't definitively given us a yes or a no.
Okay, well, I would definitely say yes. From a different standpoint, I guess, from you guys. It seems like a lot of you guys keep focusing on the numbers of how much money you could make, whereas I kind of, from the gamer side of you, I want more of these games.
I'm right there
LOL
with you.
quenches some thirst for me, but I would like a be-all, end-all solution. And I think that, what does MOBA mean? It means multiplayer online battle arena, right? That doesn't mean that it has to be 3 lanes and X many convoluted items and, summoner spells. And, there are different ways to approach this angle. And I would really like to see some developers come out with new versions of the game that have the mechanics that I love, but with some extra mechanics that kind of add a little bit of variety.
Let me ask you one final question. How many MOBAs do you play?
I personally have only played probably 2 regularly.
And that would be LOL and
Dota.
LOL and Dota. All right.
I will say this for what Sarah was saying, how like different besides just the 3 lanes. Now, I know I keep talking about Smite because I'm a huge Smite player, but Smite has actually come out with Arena, which is like 5 versus 5, and like you're in a massive coliseum, and you're just battling it out. They also have come out with just like there's 3v3. It's just like one lane, and then just like your jungle camps around you. They've also come out with domination, which is 3 towers that you have to like dominate, and they can come by and they can take the towers away. And I know just from reading it on the Reddit page here recently, they're coming out with a capture the flag.
Yeah,
Type
I mean
of game.
it's not
So-
it's not a secret that these games, they all have different play modes, right? So like even with Han or LoL or whatever, the thing that it comes back to is whenever you look at it from a competitive perspective, the one mode that's played and the only mode that's played competitively is 3 lanes 5v5. That's it
Yeah.
in all these games. So that's why when I make a statement that they're all the same, it's because they're all the same.
But I don't think they really are the same. I think that kind of, if you're going to explain them to most people, right, the general overview is going to be the same. But once you get really deep into the game, there are very different play styles and very different, communities within these games. And how you go about learning the game is going to be very different. I do agree that they're very similar. That being said, I mean, there are games, obviously, that are more similar than others, right? League of Legends, I think the original developers literally left from Dota. So, of course, they're going to have similarities. But as time has gone on, this is a very new genre. We're kind of getting more and more variety. So you now have, like, Here's the Storm coming out, and you have Smite. So it's not exactly all the same. I don't think that the cola comparison is valid, because I don't think, like, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, I don't know about you guys, I can't tell the difference. I'm going to confess, I can't. So, but, I can tell the difference between Dota and LoL, even if you were to reskin them both to have the same graphics, right? There are intricacies there.
Oh, most definitely.
I mean,
I enjoy different games for different reasons. I enjoy Dota for a different reason than I enjoy LoL. I enjoy LoL more, but
I can get behind that. I really can get behind that, just because I can't stand LoL for the reasons why I like Dota and Han. So I mean, I see where you're coming from. I really do see where you're coming from. But go ahead, Jeff.
I mean, I from a player who doesn't play any kind of game like what we're talking about right now, I mean, I can observe the numbers and I can see the facts, but where I'm coming from you have these 3 games that we're looking at, or this entire genre, and they're, from an outsider's point of view, they are exactly the same. They may not look exactly the same, but the premise is the same. And my comparison to that always comes back to the first-person shooter, just simply because the next biggest game that's always talked about is Call of Duty. They rehash the same thing every year and put it out. It's the same game.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, they sell how many millions of copies. So it's when you look at is there more space? Absolutely. Yeah, there's always more space. Always, because if Call of Duty and Activision can pull it off year after year, putting out another Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare 6, what's the difference between that and this?
Call of Duty and like all of those, they're like the Twilight of females for
Absolutely.
Like Call of Duty is for like teenager boys. They're like wetting their pants outside GameStop, waiting to buy. Yeah, preteen, just like screaming, just waiting for like one of them to take their shirt off or something. I don't know, but that's
and that's why I play MOBAs. All right, so I'm going to use that as a transition point to talk about the main purpose of this podcast, and we're gonna update you on some information in regards to the 2 big LANs we have up and coming. But before we get into that, I do want to touch base on the fact that the GXL has announced that they are going to have another LAN here in the fall. And if you don't know what the GXL is, and you should. Let's just put it that way. You should. The GXL is by far the largest LAN party, legitimate LAN party on the East Coast of the United States. It's held in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They took a hiatus for a couple years, but now they seem like they're back in full swing. This will be 2 years in a row that they're having LAN parties. Legitimate pro competitions, legitimate amateur competitions. This is a typically 300 to 500 person LAN. It's run by our good friend Kyle Wild Turkey Turk. And I don't know, guys. If you have an opportunity, check out the GXL.com or check out their Facebook. I'll make sure
links will be down in the description. So
yeah, I was just gonna say we'll put the
worry
links
about
down
that
in the description. But they are the legit LAN party of the East Coast. I really don't think there's anybody else that comes close to them for even for a competitive nature. And I mean, they take their shit very, very seriously there. So, and as far as I know, it's really the only one of the only LAN parties that's actually held in the fall. They do in the October every year, which is typically a terrible time for us.
I mean, we talk about it all the time when we're talking about scheduling our own events. The fall's always the worst time for us to schedule. They pull it off every single event.
Yeah,
so
I think they had like 380 or 390 at the last event, and they had registration open for like 4 months.
Yeah,
so this time they're gonna have registration open for a good 6-7 months. And I don't know. It's probably gonna be an absolutely amazing event. I'm sure I'll attend. I'm sure I'll help out in some form or facet. But
yeah, I'll definitely go.
I'm hyped on the GXL. I don't know if Sarah's ever heard of the GXL.
She'll be there too.
Yeah, I'll totally be there.
Sarah's going.
I've heard of it, but I don't have any way of getting there. So.
Well, that's
what
a Pittsburgh party bus is for. So you can,
Oh yes.
So we'll just pick you up at CMU, and we'll take like a giant yellow school bus out to the GXL. It'll be
scary
amazing.
People. Just scary people.
Be Sarah and like 45 dudes on the school bus. That'd be great. All right, so let's talk about some more regional lands. And first, we're going to talk about Fight Pitt 4, and we touched base on Fight Pitt 4 on the last Lay of the Land podcast. Whoops, wrong slide. And Fight Pitt 4 is on April 19th. It's at the O'Hara Student Center on the Pitt's campus. It is a LAN exclusive to the Smash community. And from what I can tell from their Facebook event page, it is shaping up to be a decent event. We already have 75 confirmed guests with another 50 pending. I know they have some Smash Pros coming out that look like it's going to make a pretty decent event. The event is going to be streamed in its entirety by VG Bootcamp. We'll have a link below so you can check out some of their footage. But it looks like it's going to be pretty decent. I've been talking to Matt on and off, and I'm hyped. I'm like truly hyped to go check this thing out.
You know what my favorite thing is, though, like of this whole situation for Fight Pit 4? The first 75 people that walk in the door get a free Chipotle burrito.
Why do I always forget to mention that? That is that is so important.
That is the coolest part of this whole thing. Like, that bought me.
Wait.
I'm down.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, straight up. Yeah, 100%.
I didn't know about this.
And you know
straight
what?
up.
I don't know. I might have to like screw my family
one.
over and go now. like, sorry, Mom. I know you're dying of cancer. I'm getting a burrito.
Dude, it's free too. Like, come on. 2 days worth of food you get. So.
Oh man.
I don't know, guys. I'm truly hyped. Like, I bought additional camcorder batteries, a microphone, everything, just so I can go and cover this event exclusively. It's going to be a little bit more of an intimate setting because it's I guess it's like a really niche community and everybody pretty much knows everybody. But still, when you're in a room with 100 people that are all playing the same game, you're going to have, different personalities and shit. And I got to pick up on some of that. Like, I have to pick up some interviews on a camcorder and broadcast it out to the Pittco community or do whatever I got to do. But I am so hyped on this event. I don't know why. I think after the last podcast that we had Matt on, it was 15 minutes after I got off that I was on eBay looking to pick up a GameCube and Smash. Like that's like, I don't know why. And the thing about it is I was never ever big on Nintendo games ever, and I had just only positive memories from Pittco events in the past where I played Smash. And I don't know. Now that I know this community is as big as it is and as diehard as it is, I am completely hyped for this thing. Truly hyped. So.
You gotta get some of those interviews with some of those, you said those pros that are coming on.
Yeah, I forget who he said they were, but I know they were big names from teams like EG and Team Liquid and shit like that. So I don't know. But Sarah, are you gonna attend the event? I know this is post your event.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll see how late kind of our event goes because I have to do setup and cleanup. So event ends at 1 a.m. We'll see.
Excuses. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Just because Nick always skips our cleanup. That's
right.
why.
I do cleanup. I don't do setup. I don't know who you're talking to, but I make a distinct point to not do setup because I'm going to be there for cleanup. So, Jeff, are you attending Fight Pit with me?
I really want to go.
Okay.
I have an inventory the next day.
Man,
So
this is just excuses everywhere. Crow's got a family member with cancer.
That was
Sarah's
okay.
got
Let me point that
time.
out. That is horrible to say. I do not. It was just a
Jeff's got to
joke.
count boxes. I mean, this is some bullshit.
like a lot of boxes now. Don't undercut what I got to do. Like there's a lot of stuff. And I mean, if you want to come and help,
I really don't know what's
scanner.
the worst excuse: cancer, nap time, or box counting. I mean, they're all pretty bad. They're all pretty bad. And then you know what? You guys are gonna see my footage from the event, and you're gonna be like, "Motherfucker, I should have skipped out on my nap. I could have counted those boxes the next day." You know
I
what?
want a selfie
Maybe
with
my
you and the burrito.
cancer family member
I
would've
really-
lived one more day.
If you can bring me a burrito, that would be good.
I might be able to bring you a burrito. I might be able to save one for
I'll
the
take
time
mine.
that you get there. I'll just keep it like hidden or something like that.
Cold and all soggy and shit.
Soggy Chipotle is where it's
Uh,
at.
So not.
But on to the next event.
All right, so yes, this is our final topic. This is the most important topic, only because Sarah's on the podcast. But it is our most important topic. This is the update for Steel City LAN 2K14, hosted by the smart kids at CMU.
I will be there.
So
Yeah,
we're all going to be there.
I
from
believe
what
so.
from what I
Yes.
know.
My camera.
This is April 18th at Durango's Ballroom at CMU. Game features Dota 2, League of Legends, StarCraft 2, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, big thumbs up there. Street Fighter 4, another big thumbs up. Blaze Blue, game I've never heard of. And it looks like this is, like I said, I don't know if Sarah watched the last podcast, but I have never been to an event like this, and I am super stoked to go to an event like this. And let me just explain this briefly as to what I'm talking about. But the preliminary rounds for the majority of these games are being played online. So this event is actually a showcase event, more or less, where we will have the finals of these individual games being played on stage in front of a crowd. And I'm going to be in that crowd, and I'm going to be rowdy and loud, and I'm probably going to get kicked out, and they're going to accuse me of being drunk, even though I don't drink. So I am super hyped for this event.
So you're one of those preteens.
Oh, I am. This is definitely my Twilight. This is definitely my Twilight. But
Hey, this is better than Twilight. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be
It's not
worse.
saying anything.
Well, I was actually looking at the brackets that you guys had up on Challenge. I got to give a big thumbs up for using Challenge because that's who we typically use. But it looks like for StarCraft 2 we had a total of 6 competitors for StarCraft 2?
So that's the Dota 2 teams. StarCraft 2 I think has closer to, let me check. Looks like it has around 11, 12.
Okay, so we have, I'm sorry, we have 11 competitors for
How could you?
StarCraft 2 because I don't know how to count. That's why I don't go to CMU. And then we have LOL. It looks like we have 16 teams, 19 teams.
Yeah,
19 teams
Oh,
for
Lord.
LOL, which is absurd.
That's crazy.
And then
we had
Lord.
22 last time.
that's absurd. And then we have a total of 6 competitors for StarCraft 2. And
You just said StarCraft 2 again.
okay, so StarCraft 2 6 competitors. Dota we have I'm sorry. Yeah, Dota we have 6 teams. StarCraft 2 we have 11 and LoL we have 19, which is, just stupid. So all I have a question for you is where the Han at?
I didn't actually hear the question.
Where the Han
He
at?
said, "Where's the Han at?"
Oh, we have a lot of people complaining about the fact that we don't have Counter-Strike on
Yeah,
there.
that's true too.
Yeah,
Hey,
Where's the
Usual.
Counter-Strike at?
Oh, yo, for real.
I'm sorry. Next year, if we get enough requests for CS, we'll do CS.
Are you not allowed to
But-
kill people on screen in a college?
No, that's completely okay. We have
Any
LOL.
mythical characters and shit like that.
No, it's okay. We're completely okay with murdering people on screen.
Sarah's gonna
No,
get a letter in her mailbox tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Don't
we're gonna
do
have
that.
to kick you out of CMU for making those public statements.
No, don't kill people in real life. In video games, it's okay though.
All right.
Yeah,
So.
I prefaced it.
But
So,
I
well.
actually wanted to give some numbers. I don't know if anybody else did, but as of right now, confirmed guest going on their Facebook, 196, and then we have around another 50 pending. So it's going to be a pretty rowdy crowd.
Yeah, we're expecting. We have seating for 250 PCs. We have 40 console setups, and then we're planning on having 100 seats just for eating and spectating. So I'm gonna be excited. It's cool. We just got in all of our Ethernet cables today. It's like 60 pounds worth of Ethernet cables.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Nice.
Do we get some kind of like VIP treatment? Is that what's going to happen? I mean, I know Crow was asking me like, yeah, Jeff wants to know if you're going to have burritos, and Crow wants to know if we're going to have like, you know.
If you
We
could just
don't
have,
have any burritos planned.
if you could just have
we're
a
gonna be
weight
getting
bench
food.
there for me,
Okay.
that's fine. That's all I need.
We're gonna get a weight bench from that.
All right, well.
No, so I mean, you know, right now we have a sponsorship from Twitch, which is pretty exciting, and Tespa
Yeah, that's
sent us
impressive.
in,
That's really nice.
a lot of like some really cool shit from Blizzard.
Yeah,
So we're gonna be giving away like some plushies and T-shirts and things like that.
that's sweet.
So,
You
pretty
need to-
exciting.
Can I do one? Can I do one?
Can you do one?
I
Do
just
what?
want to give it. I just want to give away. But like, hi everybody here.
Get you one of those like blow guns that you like blow the T-shirts out into the crowd.
Oh, like a gas thing on my back.
Yeah, you can get up on stage and be like, yeah, I'm Hugo Stiggs from that really famous podcast that has 37 views on YouTube.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Hugo Stiggs here at Steel City LAN, and I am Odin's left bicep.
He's gonna
Here
be
to promote musclebuilder.com.
and he's gonna be like, does anybody play Smite? And there's gonna just be crickets in the room.
There will be like 3 people. I
Dude,
know
no,
those
wait.
3 people.
I will admit this. I have like whenever I started posting on parodies stuff like that for Smite and stuff like that, I actually had a few people be like, "Oh my God, you're from Pittsburgh!" Like I play Smite. I'm in Pittsburgh. Like I actually had like 100 or 200 people like sit there commenting like that on some videos. I'm like, holy crap, that's a lot of people.
What he's not telling you is that it's his wife downstairs.
No,
She's got a script going. It's just sending it repeatedly,
It's-
randomizing the names.
Exactly. That's
Bonnie
what's
should
going
have
on.
looking out for you.
no. My wife's the kind of person like, babe, I got 10,000 views on this video. She'd be like, that's nice, babe. That's nice. Good for you. That's so good. Good job, sweetie.
Wait, was
Like-
it a cat video? Because if it was a cat video, it becomes a lot less impressive.
Yeah, it wasn't a cat video.
That's like that's
Okay.
amateur cat video right there.
Yeah, that's
No.
like a.
No.
It's
No.
easy with a cat video.
These are important questions.
They
It's
I
are-
not
don't
a
mind the
cat
only one
video.
asking them.
I don't know. I don't know. All right, so any closing thoughts on Steel City LAN? Anybody else as hyped as I am?
I'm really hyped, but I'm a bit biased.
Well, obviously.
Matt.
It's a great face, Crow.
It's beautiful.
It's really.
I just
Yeah.
noticed you have swords.
Oh wait, didn't you say yeah?
What?
What's that? Ray Charles? Didn't you
Oh
say that?
yeah, with your Ray Charles shades on. I don't know. I mean, anybody watching this video, you got to comment below. He needs the aviators,
you know,
doesn't he?
Like for the Ray Charles comment, you know.
gotta act like
you
you're
know,
playing
that's how
a
I play
piano though,
Smite.
while you're doing it. You gotta get
Wait,
the
why do you
hands
have
going.
sunglasses on? I just noticed that.
Because when I sat down next, like, you know, I actually sat down. I was like, oh, we're doing this video today. I better go change my shirt. So I went on, put on a nice T-shirt and everything. Sat down, brushed my hair to the side and everything, and sat down. He goes, you know what? Go put that damn shirt back on. Look like a tool, and you need to wear sunglasses. And just like, and when he said that, I was just like,
Sarah, let me ask you something. All right, if P Diddy was on this podcast, all right, would you be asking him why he
Yeah.
has sunglasses on? I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
exactly.
I
I
probably
don't
would not
believe
recognize that he was P. Diddy, unless it said underneath P. Diddy, and then I just assumed that he was fucking with us.
Well,
I'm gonna be honest.
why are you trying to say his podcast isn't big enough for P Diddy?
You gotta get him a
No,
sugar
I
cookie.
just have no clue what P. Diddy looks like.
Oh my god, you're such a nerd. I can't even stand it.
The
Oh,
only music I listen to is like Final Fantasy music.
At night. I wear sunglasses at night.
he wears sunglasses at night, not in the rain.
In the rain.
In the rain?
It's in
Why-
the rain.
What if it's sunny out and raining?
He's got a point.
God, Jeff, you're so dumb. All right. Well, on that note, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to the second episode of The Lay of the Land. Hopefully we'll be doing this again soon. Maybe we get Sarah on. Maybe another girl to balance us out so it's not a He-Man Woman Haters Club. And I wanted to say thanks. I don't know if anybody had some final thoughts. We can go around. Hugo, start with you.
Well, I'm gonna change my monotone here a bit, so I'm not sounding like one thing the entire time like Nick here. But thank you everybody for watching this video. Thank you so much, and we'll be sure to watch the third one because we'll have the third one out here probably within a couple weeks.
Jeff?
I will concede the point that it's probably sunglasses at night.
It's
probably sunglasses at night.
Dumb.
Wait. Hey, Jeff, what's a MOBA?
Google. Hold on 2 seconds.
I said it earlier.
All right, we're gonna save the best for last. Sarah.
Aw, I'm the best.
Sure. Be PC about it.
Come to my LAN.
Yeah,
Come
Steel
visit,
City
play
LAN.
video games.
Week and a half. Do it.
Week and a half. Do it. It's 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. Play all night. Yeah.
Hold your hands up like this above your head.
Everybody.
Hold them up higher.
Everybody,
Right,
put your
little
hands
lower.
up.
Little lower. Right there. I'm gonna put a thing right there
Spirit
in the video.
bomb.
Okay, link to
Spirit
click.
bomb.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You're like holding it right there. That's
It's
you're
so
click
heavy,
that
guys.
link.
Oh.
Spirit bomb.
All right.
Spirit bomb.
Fear bomb.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is Nick Sabewolf Printing, signing off.
Hadouken!